Yeah, and I didn't warn you that I was hitting go live either.
Oh,
So we're live. Welcome
howdy.
to Sofa City Sounds. How's it going?
Good, good, good. How about you?
Not too bad. I can't complain. So yeah, I didn't do a show last week because we had a show at Dive Pub, which went really well,
Yeah,
and we're back from that break this week with one
I'm
of my
Kurt.
favorite people and musicians, and you can introduce yourself.
I'm Kurt from Cryophilic.
Awesome, sweet. It's nice to have you here. We
Nice
haven't
to.
done this in a while, have
It's
we?
been a while. It's definitely been a while. That's for sure. Yeah,
So we should have lots of awkward pauses for you tonight.
we are both notoriously awkward.
Every time we get together, it's like good flow and conversation, and then for a split second, one of us either sees something or loses interest or some, and then it's downhill from there.
Yeah,
So we'll hopefully between the two of us try to keep it interesting for the evening.
no guarantees.
So, and the dog's already starting. As soon as she hears people talking through the speakers when she's in her room, she thinks you're in the house and she gets upset because she can't come and see you.
She wants to make friends.
Oh, with everybody. And she's 100-pound lap dog. So she will climb right up on the couch. She has no concept of personal space. Will get right in your face. And yeah, she's kind of like her mom,
I
I
got a,
guess.
I got a cat like that.
Oh yeah. What's
Yeah,
your
yeah.
cat's name?
It's the probably stupidest cat name ever, but it's Kitten.
Yeah, but you can't forget it.
That's true.
Nobody will
True.
fuck it up. They'll all be like,
Mm-hmm.
"Here, kitten, come here,"
Yep.
right? So it's actually kind of ingenious.
Mm-hmm.
I have four to remember. You have one very simple one, so that's pretty good actually. It's pretty smart. And how old's your cat?
Oh, jeez. 15, 15, I think.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh wow.
yeah. Had her a long time.
Yeah, I've got a couple of oldies too. I've got a 25-year-old.
Wow.
Almost. She turns 25 on February 21st, which is 2 days before you, and also the day that Zelda was released.
Your birthday's that week too, isn't it?
It is.
It is.
It is after yours. It is 2 days after yours.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I'm going to be 42 this year. I'm actually throwing a birthday party on February 22nd at Warehouse.
I was
And
looking at that flyer today.
yeah,
It looks like a good one. Yeah.
and we were just talking about not being hermits.
Mm-hmm.
So, you should come out.
I do like the warehouse. It's actually I love that venue.
Yeah, yeah, Warehouse is great. So, Sofa City turns 11.
11.
11. And I turn 42.
Mm-hmm.
And Rob from Ready to Die, his wife turns 30 something.
You should. I thought you're not supposed to talk about women's age.
Well, I mean, it's 2025, right?
That's true.
There's a
Very
whole
true.
bunch of fucked up stuff that happens that we're not supposed to do that's happening.
Those are the best things that
So,
happen sometimes.
right? So, our chat's going pretty crazy already. Usually it takes a little while, and we've got four people in the chat already. Somebody wants to know if we watched the halftime show. Frank's asking us how we're doing. No reply, said the milk's gone bad. I don't drink milk, so that doesn't
Mm.
apply to me. Oh, wow. There's quite a few people in here. No reply will be 42 this year, too. See, it's a good thing I said something about my age because now we're having a conversation.
Yeah, yeah,
So,
yeah.
right. And I mean, like, I'm lucky to be 42. I'm lucky that I turned 37, 36, 37, 36, something like that. So, I don't know. Every day's a blessing, I suppose.
That's what they say. Yeah, yeah.
Mhm. So, what have you been up to? You guys have been pretty busy and quiet.
We've been. Yeah, you're right. We've been busy and quiet. Been writing and recording a new album over the past half a year. Mm, yeah, but half a year now.
Right
Yeah,
on.
yeah.
That's awesome. Do you have a timeline for when you'll be releasing some things?
Um, this year for sure. We might drop one song as a surprise before the album comes out a little bit, but
Yay!
we're going to try to keep everything on the down low regarding the new album. But we can talk about it. Yeah, you
Awesome.
know.
All right. Well, you know what my email is for when
Yeah,
things are ready.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So, yeah. Right on. So you guys, I didn't even know you guys were writing another album. Did you tell anybody you were doing it, or you guys just decided that, hey, we're going to do this and we'll let
Well,
people know when it's ready?
I mean, like our bass player Shane, he's I guess the newest member, and he's actually really written a lot of new material. Like we've got like probably 3 albums worth of stuff. That
Really?
yeah,
Awesome.
yeah.
That's
But
killer.
we want to try to release more material more consistently because there's been like a couple years gap between each one of our albums.
Yep. You guys are up to two now
Yeah,
and
yeah,
writing three?
yeah.
Trying to think, I found you guys when you were just releasing your first album. I found you guys by fluke. I was going through somebody else's page likes, and that's how I found you guys to put
Nice.
you in Sofa City Sounds. I'd never listened to you before. It was just the artwork, the page, the so yeah, and here we are,
And here
like
we are.
5 years later, 5 years later. So, and Sofa City's going to be 11 this year, which is cool.
That is
So we
very
actually
cool.
turned 11 on the 9th, I think. So I did an interview with Jag Tana. I had asked to interview some local musicians and they said no to me. And then one of the musicians I was writing about was like, well, I'm friends with Jag Tana. And I was like, okay, that's fantastic. And he's like, he's willing to let you do an interview with him. I had no idea what I was doing. And now I'm writing volume 4.
Yeah, yeah.
So
His guitars were actually on the cover of Volume 2, weren't they?
3.
Three,
Yes.
Volume 3.
Yeah. I had put out a post about wanting um, local musicians' guitars on their couch. And he had sent me that. And if he hadn't been the first person to give me an interview, I probably would have hands down picked, excuse me, local music, because it should be a local musician. You guys work really hard and you're all the reason why I get to do this. But he was the first person to ever grant me an interview.
Nice.
And he pulled those guitars out and put them on his couch and sent me the pictures. And here we are.
Were you
So
nervous your first interview? Like how are you feeling? Like anxious?
Um, I had to probably like how I'm feeling now because this is weird being asked questions. I see what you're doing trying to get out of this, and it's genius. You're doing a great
No,
job.
I'm genuinely asking. I want to know because
Um,
you know me and anxiety and stuff like that.
oh yeah, it's like I don't know. Certain people I get nervous with, like my friends, like people that I respect. I kind of get a little shaky. Like that's why I'm drinking coffee now because I'm bouncing off the walls inside. Um, I was scared shitless. I was sitting in my garage. It was a phone conversation. I can't remember anything. Like it was terrifying. So I had to write everything down by hand because my computer was broken. There was no typing and talking, which was bullshit. And I nailed the interview as best I could. He knew I had no idea what I was doing. I sent it to him and I was like, this is what I've got. And he was like, okay, well, we're going to edit it a little bit. And he sent it back to me, didn't touch anything I had written, just kind of tweaked it up a bit. And we released it. And it went really well. Nobody had any idea who I was. And I was okay with that.
Now 11
So
years later, here you are.
yeah, it's and I've seen I Mother Earth like 30 times in between. So Yeah, and it's a lot of fun. I mean, I've got to interview a lot of really good, fun, cool musicians. A lot of um, seasoned musicians. A lot of people that have done a lot of things that I had no idea. That a lot of people had no idea. Like the talent that some of you guys carry is insane. So, like you, I've watched a lot of your live videos, and like, when did you start playing guitar? How did you get that goddamn good?
um, I started probably it was 12 or 13, and going back to the whole social anxiety thing, I brought my guitar with me no matter where I was. Like go to my grandparents' house, I'd be sitting there in the corner playing my guitar. That's how I got so good. It was always just with me. It was a
Yep,
distraction, I guess.
right on.
Yeah.
Awesome. And how did metal become your thing? Because you're like, can you guys please make the dog be quiet, please? Sorry, I'm sorry.
I forget what the question
I me too.
was.
Metal.
Oh,
How did it become your love?
just the angrier music I discovered. It was more of I mean, you know how it goes. Like the angry music is like an outlet. It's almost like a kind of therapy kind of thing, right?
Yep.
I don't know. Music you can feel, you can relate to.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess I don't know. I'm the heavier, the dirtier, the grimier, the better. Like I'm going to see Aborted for my birthday, and when I tell people
Nice.
I get excited, they look at me funny. They're like, "That's normal. People shouldn't say things like that."
Do you remember that store Gene Machine in the mall back in the day?
I do.
So they used to have a Ticketmaster outlet there, and it was all like preppy girls that worked there. And I was a teenage dirtbag who liked death metal. I had to go there to buy Dying Fetus tickets one day,
Yes.
and explaining to them the band name was so embarrassing to me. And they're looking at me like I'm crazy.
I saw Dying Fetus a couple of months ago, and I bought the hoodie, and I
Nice.
went Christmas shopping with a friend of mine. Oh, this is not a good story.
Oh no.
So, I mean, it is. I thought it was funny. Her friends probably didn't think it was funny, but because my kids are grown, so I don't know. Weird shit's funny to me. But she and I parted ways, and I met her in a store, and I have this Dying Fetus hoodie on, and she introduces me to one of her close friends. And now keep in mind, she's like pink unicorns, cotton candy, fluffy, right? I'm wearing a Dying Fetus hoodie, my cryphilic hat, right? Like black lipstick, normal me. And this woman turns around to shake my hand, and she's holding a 4-day old baby.
Oh geez. Babies can't read though. It's fine.
Right? So my face turned bright red. Hey, how's it going? Acting like I have no idea what's on my shirt. I leave. Jamie's like, "You were a little weird, eh?" And I was like, "Did you not see my shirt?" So, yeah. I don't know. I'm pretty obnoxious when I go into no frills too. My mom won't care though, so it's okay.
Perfect.
So, mm, what was the first metal show you ever went to? Generic
Um,
question number one.
okay, so the first metal show I ever went to was at the Opera House in Toronto, and it was Cannibal Corpse, The Haunted, Demi Borgir, and Lamb of God. That's a good lineup to see for your first metal show.
Ooh,
Yeah,
that's gross. That's
yeah.
good. I
And I
got to
had
see. Pardon?
and I had like the balcony in the Opera House. I had
Yeah.
like up there, right at the center at the bar. It was perfect.
So you got to watch all the craziness in the
Yeah,
pit.
yeah,
Oh, that's so fun.
yeah.
I did the pit for Lorna Shore in September.
Nice.
It was the first pit since Bloodfest on my birthday when I turned 40. Um, it was I don't know what the fuck I was thinking.
How did you feel the next day?
Pretty good. actually.
No, no bruises, no bruises.
Like I don't know what the fuck I was thinking. No, no bruises. I actually turned my camera on and just ran.
Nice.
I don't know why. Um, so I ended up in the pit for Angel Maker after that. That was crazy. That was at the Dying Fetus show. I ended up front row for Fetus. It was so good.
Nice.
So
What venue was
good.
that one at?
It's Phoenix.
Oh, the Phoenix. Oh yeah, I know the Phoenix. Yeah, I've
Yeah,
been there.
Phoenix
Yeah,
is
yeah,
good.
yeah. It is good.
Um, I yeah, it was Angel Maker, Vomit Forth. Meh, I could give or take those guys, and then Dying Fetus and Black Dahlia Murder.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good
That
one.
was
They're one of
fun.
my favorites too.
Yeah, yeah, it
Yeah.
was a good show. So it was that was another last minute show. Want to go? Yeah, I want to go. Let's go.
Those are always the best ones because there's no like this is gonna like sound back to the anxiety thing. Like you got to go to a show, you get the pre-show anxiety, but if it's spur of the moment, it's not there.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that was like Lorna Shore too. I woke up, my car died. I took her in. She gave me $650, and I was like, "Fuck it, let's go to Lorna Shore."
Boom.
So we went to Lorna Shore. That was fun.
Yeah,
So, and I mean, I don't know. Why not? We live every day and we only die once. So,
it's very
what's your
true.
like um ideal lineup?
My ideal lineup. Hmm, that's a tough question. It's a tough question. Suffocation, definitely. Black Dahlia Murder, and the Zenith Passage. We'll keep it simple. Just those three.
Ooh,
Yeah,
right on.
yeah,
I would have to go cattle decapitation.
yeah. That's a good
Angel Makers really caught my eye. And just because I don't like to do anything traditionally, Kubla Khan.
one. Oh, interesting. I can dig it.
I
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
Well, it was a toss up between them and Cher.
Yeah, yeah. Man. I don't know if those crowds would mix too well.
I don't know. I do okay in the car. I have the most bipolar playlist ever. And then I've got some of my kids' stuff in there too. And they're like a mix between like Slipknot and Cave Town, and Cave Town's not my favorite. We're going to see them on February 28th
Nice.
because my youngest turns 12. So she gets concerts and popcorn. And I bought her an indoor, she's asleep. So I can say these things. I bought her an indoor s'mores maker.
Oh, that's
Try
awesome.
saying that 5 times fast.
I'm definitely not going to do
Yeah,
that.
no. No. I found it at a place called the Penico, and it's one of the coolest things I've ever seen. It's like this little hot plate. Excuse me. It's definitely not like sit by the fire and roast s'mores, but it's not ghetto do it over your stove type shit,
Yeah,
which I also do.
yeah.
So I'm a pothead, man. I have no shame.
I can
So,
relate. Oh,
right?
musical guilty pleasures that we're talking about. What's your
Yes.
biggest musical guilty pleasure?
Oh, definitely Cher.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
I love Elton John.
Mm-hmm.
I was front row for the Backstreet Boys when I was 15. I could do this all night. What about you?
I'd have to say Prince. Prince.
Oh, yeah, I knew that actually.
Yeah,
We've had this conversation.
we definitely have Morris Day.
Yeah. Oh, I got to interview. Now I'm not going to be able to think of his name. It's one of the guys from
Oh,
Morris Day in the Time.
we were talking about this before.
Yep.
We were talking.
Jeff Wilson had
Uh,
tagged him in a post, and I don't, manic maybe, ballsy, not sure. But I messaged him and I was like, hey, can I interview you? And he was like, sure.
Perfect.
Okay.
If you don't ask, you don't get.
Well, and that's true, right? I met a Fanimer in London. It was them, Lutharo, Crimson Shadows, and Ailstorm
Nice.
at Call the Office. And I had messaged them and I was like, "Hey, I saw you guys in London. You signed all my stuff. Can I interview you?" And they went, "No problem."
Perfect.
So they were probably my biggest interview. They had like 150,000 followers on Facebook at the time. So yeah, them and Finney from the Mahones.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So who we actually have coming to St. Catharines March 14th.
I saw that. I saw that.
Yep. And there's a contest to win 2 tickets.
Oh,
So yes, and there's a contest that just went up tonight. I don't even know if I hit post or not, but there's a contest for a huge basket full of merch from all the bands for next week's show.
nice.
So yeah, it's 2 free tickets and a giant basket of merch from Ready to Die and Cruel Intent and Heavy Breather and Us Alike and Bloody Monroe. Wow. I always flake on one of them. There's
did,
always one that I forget. So, mm.
did my light go out or something? What's going on here?
Your son?
There we
There you
go.
go. It looks sunny where you are,
It's beautiful and sunny Stony Creek.
right?
Meanwhile,
Well,
there's like a foot of snow out there right now.
yeah, it's pretty shitty. Or like where I am in the building, I look over the parking lot, so it always looks shitty to me. Right? I can never tell if the roads are good unless I go out front. So it's always shitty to me, which is fine because I don't have a car right now, so I never leave the house.
That's perfect.
Right?
I like that.
I don't mind. I do miss doing the interviews in person because I would have liked to have sat down with you in 50,000 hot sauces for sure.
I do
Which,
like hot sauce.
speaking of sitting down and hot sauce, you're welcome, by the way.
That was my first time having hot sauce that hot too.
Really?
Yeah, yeah,
That's awesome. And here we are.
yeah. Hmm.
So, yeah, no, I'm kind of proud of that actually. anytime anytime the conversation about hot sauce comes up and you come up in conversation, I'm always like, I did that.
Perfect.
Yeah. So but you also have a podcast.
Yeah, I've been having a little fun lately. Yeah, yeah. And I definitely want to have you come on it and have a little chat with me.
I would love to. I think that would
Awesome.
be lots of fun.
Yeah.
Definitely. You should tell us more about your podcast.
I don't know. Basically, I just sit down with some of my friends that are in bands in the music industry and stuff, and we smoke a joint and talk about things.
Right on.
Yeah,
Awesome. All
yeah,
right,
yeah.
let's do that.
Perfect.
Definitely. We haven't even had an awkward pause yet today.
No, no, that's weird. That's
I know,
awkward,
weird and
actually.
impressive.
And in itself, it's awkward.
I know. Well, we can fix this and not say something for 30 seconds.
I'm very good at that. I could go hours.
I know, me too. Surprisingly, anytime people get around me, I talk, right? Like everybody knows I never shut up. But I have my days where I just like I won't respond to text messages because I don't feel like keyboard talking, let alone talking. You know what I mean? Like actually talking.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
I don't know, sometimes I get in moods where I just don't want to talk to people.
yeah.
So I don't know if that's because I overdo it or mm, it's like a manic roller coaster
Roller coasters are fun, I
most of the
guess.
time. Have you
Some
been on the Leviathan at Canada's Wonderland?
I have. I
Is
got
it good?
I hate roller coasters and I love them. It's good. Yeah, I mean, they're all good, right?
Yeah, I know. I heard that one was like deadly though. Or is that just because it's like super high?
It's a mental game. It's a mental game.
Yeah. Right on. My favorite is probably the Dragon Fire. That's
That's
probably
fair.
my favorite roller coaster out of all the ones I've been on. I
What was
can't do
that?
rides anymore.
What was that one at the Marine Lands? The Bat or something like that?
No, Marine Land is Dragon Mountain.
Dragon Mountain.
Yep. So when I was a kid, GM used to care about its employees. I said what I said. And I don't, I'm one of those people. So they used to throw parties for their employees. And my best friend's stepdad worked for GM. So they would shut down the park for the company, and we'd run around, and that was when we didn't need to be supervised, so we'd go hit up rides and whatever. And we did the Dragon Mountain 23 times in a
Oh
row.
my gosh.
We didn't have to get off the ride, right? Because why? There wasn't enough of us to make us get off and go and get in line again.
It's actually
So
really awesome.
yeah, it was, I puked.
How many times though?
23,
No, how many times did you puke?
just once.
Oh, see, those odds are pretty good.
Yeah, I guess. I guess. So, well, we didn't get off for like 6 or 7 times in a row, and then when we finally did, I was done for. So, yeah, I can't do rides like I used to.
I haven't been on a roller coaster in years. I don't. I'm an old man. It might hurt me.
We're not that old. I mean, we're going to be a little older next week, but we're not that old.
last
Early
time,
40s.
yeah, last time I was on a roller coaster. Well, I was at Wonderland, and it was that one you kind of like Top Gun. It was called Top Gun, but I think they changed the name of it or something.
Oh, the one that had no bottom
You
for
like
your
lie,
feet.
yeah, you lie down in it.
Oh no, that's
Tomb Raider.
Tomb Raider.
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
Because Top Gun was the one where you sat in it and you had not like your feet weren't in
Oh
anything,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
right? And then they had the vortex
I
where
remember
you
that one.
sat in that pod.
It was like a little boat or something that like,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
that was
like
fun. I haven't been to Canada's Wonderland in years.
me either.
I haven't been in a long time. Um, what's your favorite holiday?
Um, I despise Christmas, but I like the dinner and stuff like that. Um, Halloween's pretty rad.
Yeah, mine too. Mine too. I don't know. My 12-year-old likes Thanksgiving because there's food.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
Dinner,
yeah,
dinner with family is always fun, like the turkey dinner, you know.
yeah, yeah. If I don't have to cook it, and it's
Perfect.
not with my
Yeah.
family.
Well,
So yeah, I don't know. Oh, are we getting to that awkward pause?
I'm very good at those. I was hoping
So
they'd come soon.
close. It's gonna happen anytime because I'm running out of random questions. Mushrooms. When's the last time you ate mushrooms?
um, not so much that it was notably. I remember the last time that I had a nice feeling when I ate them. My girlfriend and I ate some chocolates and we went to go see the movie The Nun at the movies. But like, I don't know, every now and then a little chew, not enough to like blast me off the space.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't go crazy with them like I used to, but I don't know. I like a good mushroom trip every once in a while.
I've got a package of mushroom tea that I got that I've been keeping in my drawer, terrified to drink.
The last time I ate mushrooms, Ben gave them to me at the
Oh,
market at the exchange in the falls.
oh, you know what? I mean, we were out front and we were just all hanging out. And Ben's like, "Hey, there's a dispensary nearby," and he disappeared for a bit. Then he came back with mushrooms.
Yep.
How did you feel? How did you feel?
It was a pretty easygoing night. It was a pretty easygoing night. Um, if it wasn't like here, eat one of these. Okay, that's mushrooms. Um,
That
I might have second guessed myself for a second because I was running a pretty large event that night.
was a fun night too. It was a fun
It was
night
a
too.
great night. That was I want to do it again, but it was a little bit expensive. So I'm just trying to like weigh out the pros and cons and but it was fun. The exchange was a great place.
Yeah, lots of
Like
great vendors there too.
everybody, almost everybody sold out of their stuff. And ever since I've done the exchange, every party I throw, I always have a vendor out now.
Nice.
Yeah, except for the last one because they canceled, but it totally okay. Um, Speaking of next parties, we're now I normally I wouldn't talk about these things, but when I had Chris from Seagrave on, we were actually talking about the party on during that interview. So I'm gonna throw this out there, but I'm only gonna say it once during this interview. So those who hear it, that's fantastic, and those who don't, sorry. Tomorrow tickets go on sale for Ready to Die, Cruel Intent, Beguilers, Seagrave, and Eaten by Sharks
Oh
for
yeah,
March 27th at Dive Pub. So
that's gonna
that's
be a
going
good
to be
one.
fun.
Yeah,
Yeah, I highly encourage people who want tickets to get a hold of me like tomorrow because they're not going to last long.
you're gonna
I
have
have
to
a
set
pretty good. Hmm?
you're gonna have to set two aside for me, and I'll make sure I leave the house and go
Yep,
somewhere.
yep, yep. So, like, there will be I tried to explain it to my kid the other night. I brought my friend, my kid, and my friend's kid to his first punk show, and it was on his 16th birthday. They
Perfect.
don't people just like we don't people. So I explained to them that it was a room full of people that wanted nothing to do with other people.
I fucking love that.
We all don't like people, but we all want to be here to support our friends. So we're all going to stand in this room hating people, talking to each other about how much we hate people, and we're all going to have a good time doing it. And it actually really helped with the night. So, but Lucas had a really good night. I didn't see my kid all night long, which is fine with me. So, and yeah, Miranda stuck to me like glue. She was like, I can't people. And I'm like, they can't people either. I promise you, none of these people want to talk to you as much as you don't want to talk to them. So here we are. So,
They
hmm,
say the more that you people, the easier peopling becomes, though.
I don't,
I tried, it didn't work.
I don't know. My people skills are broken. Like I do this every Thursday. And I throw shows and I'm always the one to do the door at the shows because control issues. Um and I kind of disassociate from the time I realize that I've put myself in this situation until I go live or until the door opens. Right? I kind of just skate through whatever I'm doing, pretending like it's not happening to me.
Yep.
And then I just hope for the best and take my seatbelt off, you know, and go from there. And it seems to work. People think I know what I'm doing. So I mean, Sofa City's 11.
That's right. It
So,
is.
but I only actually started doing the podcasting when COVID hit. So, and the reason I started doing it was because we couldn't do shows anymore. And I don't think the way other people think. So I was like, well, if we record this stuff by law, I'm allowed to have people in my house because it's a production. So we adopted Hollywood rules and Hollywood language. And um, we never got shut down. We never got in trouble. I had tons of people in my house throughout COVID, and mandates aren't laws. And I'm a writer and know how to manipulate language. So that's how Sofa City podcast was born. And I don't know. I love it. How come the dog's barking? My cousin and my kid are cleaning out my kid's room, and every time they stop paying attention to her, she acts like she gets no attention whatsoever.
Ah, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like, I knew Bull Mastiffs were needy, but I also got her because she barks like a bear. And I wouldn't try to get through my door if I didn't know how big that dog was. But I also didn't know that they were giant lap dogs that needed you 24 hours a day. And they also think they're huskies.
Oh, yeah.
She should see her in the snow. It's hilarious. So, oh, you have goth papers.
I do.
Where
Mhm.
did you get those? They look
Um,
like velvet.
that's I think my girlfriend got them on Temu. I have no idea.
Really?
Yeah, I got a big
You can get
jar full of them.
fucking anything on Timu.
Yeah.
We
They might be made in China and probably not good to smoke. I don't know, but it seems to be going pretty well. I don't know.
I mean, zigzags are bleached white, right?
Yeah,
So toilet paper's bleached white.
it's almost like it
You
feels like you know that wrapping paper that's like tissue paper. It almost feels like that.
well, it can you dye onion paper? Because that's essentially what
Oh,
papers are, though. No,
yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm sure you can. I'm sure you can. I've seen all different colors of paper.
I wonder if that's what it is. It's like some kind of rice or onion paper.
Like those Juicy J papers. They're a bunch of different colors.
Hmm. So, but they're made out of like more paper than
Yeah, yeah,
like
yeah.
what are papers made of?
Paper.
Yes, but
Have you ever seen those papers that are like clear and they're like made out of plant membrane and they almost
yes.
those are weird to me. It's almost like smoking saran wrap. It's weird.
They feel a little weird to roll with. It's kind of like you know those gift basket cellophane wrap?
Yeah.
That's kind of what it's like rolling with. It's weird. It's not I don't recommend trees. Thanks, Ashley. How is she doing? I haven't seen her in like a lot since my 40th birthday.
Good, 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 good.
Good. Fantastic. Hi, Ashley. So, right on. Mm. What else?
We could do an awkward pause. That's always fun.
Okay. How's Ben?
Ben's good. Ben's good. Good. Yeah.
Speaking of awkward pauses.
Yeah.
Right on.
Ben's
And the
yeah,
rest of the guys, how are they doing?
good. They're all doing great. You know, we've been working, rehearsing stuff a lot. Everyone's doing
Babies.
good.
Right on.
Shane just had a baby. Yeah. Well, not him personally. I guess his wife, not him. He's yeah. You,
I feel like it would have been on the news.
it definitely would. What's that movie? That movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger, Junior. Remember that
Junior.
one?
Fantastic 90s movies that nobody
Mm-hmm.
knows about.
Yeah.
Was Shazam real?
I thought it was, but apparently it's not. I
I
have no
saw it.
idea.
I had it. I had the VHS. My sister swears it wasn't real, and she's only 4 years younger than us.
I spent my whole life thinking it was real, so it's got to be.
I we used to rent it from the Max Milk around the corner from us. It was called Video 99 was the movie store inside the Max Milk.
They had one of those in my neighborhood too. Video 99. Yeah.
Yeah. See? And like, oh, did you okay, ADHD jump. Did you know the last Blockbuster just closed like 2 or 3 months ago?
There was still one open.
I
Was it
know.
like a novelty or was people actually renting like VHS tapes? Oh, I guess they
I
had
don't know.
DVDs.
I don't know. I just found my VHS of the Yellow Submarine, and I kind of wish that I had a VCR to play it in. Because I always say to my kids, because my kids always go, just a minute. And I'm like, a minute's a really long time. And they never, like, they'll never understand that reference, right? And I've tried to find it on YouTube and I can't. Are you a fan of the Beatles?
um, yes and no. I mean,
I know
they're
that's a
not
loaded question.
they're not really they're not really one that nowadays that I'll sit down and listen to. But when I was like a kid, like, my teenage years when I was first learning guitar and stuff like that, yeah, I was into it, learning some stuff. But
Nice.
it's not really in my guilty pleasure rotation right
Yeah,
now.
me neither. Though I do share a birthday with George Harrison.
Oh,
Yeah. And Ric Flair.
woo!
That's right. That's why there's always a countdown to Ric Flair's birthday on my Facebook every year.
So no, but that means that you have to do the Ric Flair woo every
Every
time.
time. Every time. Every
Hmm.
time somebody asks me.
Hmm.
I also share my birthday with Carrot Top.
Oh,
I thought that one was pretty cool.
I don't know who I share mine with. I don't know. I've never really looked.
I don't know. Let's look it up. Let's see. I've been doing my shows from my computer lately, so that I can. Oh yeah, I never got the contest up on my phone. I tried. Um, yeah, I've been doing it on my computer lately, so I can utilize my phone, and I feel like this is the first time I've picked it up to do that. Um, since I started using my computer. Because I'm always like, oh, I'm going to upgrade. I'm going to do better this week. I'm going to do it this way. I'm going to. Never happens. Uh, it never happens. Let's see. You share your birthday with a whole bunch of people that neither of us have probably ever heard of. Oh, do you know the actress Dakota Fanning?
Oh,
She was popular when we were little.
what was she in?
I'd have to Google it because she's younger than us, but she was in a lot of movies when we were younger. Um, Niecy Nash from Reno 911.
Okay. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Which is a pretty funny show.
That's a great show. Have you ever
Yeah.
seen the movie?
I don't think I have. There's a movie I didn't know about it.
You so if you're not doing anything tonight, I highly recommend that is the thing that you do.
It,
Absolutely.
I'll definitely have to check
Um,
that out.
Emily Blunt, the actress.
I'd probably know her if I saw the face.
Josh Gad. He plays Olaf in the movie Frozen. You share a birthday with Olaf from
That is
Frozen.
pretty awesome.
All these other people, I don't watch TV, right? So I don't recognize a lot of these names besides Niecy Nash. There's a lot of sports stars. Um, I don't know. I wonder if there's another list somewhere. Awkward pause. So
I'm
I
great
figure
at
something
this.
else to talk about. Laura, can you stop barking, please? That's my job in this house. Rolling Stones, love them or hate them.
Never really got into them, to be honest. I've heard whatever is in radio rotation and whatnot, but never had an album and sat down and listened to it myself personally.
I own one of my mom's vinyls.
Nice.
I own her Goat Head Soup vinyl. I also own her Yellow Submarine vinyl and her Supertramp vinyl. CD, cassette, vinyl, or 8 track.
Um, I grew up on cassettes, so I'd have to say cassette. I
I like
remember in Hamilton they had this secondhand CD record tape shop when I was a kid called Cheapies. They had a great selection of like metal tapes, like death metal tapes and stuff like that.
sick.
Yeah, and they were like
That,
$2. They were like all used, so it was pretty cool.
that's great.
Yeah.
I just went thrifting last week. I was looking for cast iron because I collect it, and I found, I don't know, maybe an angry girlfriend dump. It was like Motorhead and Megadeth and Kiss and Black Sabbath and mint condition. $1, $2. I took it all.
Awesome.
I took it all. I didn't even know if I had it. We've got like two or 3,000 CDs. So I didn't even know if I had any of it. I just took it all. Okay, can I help you? We do not. Go use a thing. Sure, definitely. Oh, yeah, I think I like cassette and vinyl. I like the crackle of vinyl. I
Oh
think I
yeah,
like that for cassette too. I
I'm
just
too
I don't like my music sounding clean.
I'm too clumsy to be near a record player.
I feel that way about owning CDs.
I
I
used
do. I
to
feel
I used to have like such an awesome CD collection. Like I had like thousands, and in my old apartment, I used to keep all my CDs in racks. And my ex girlfriend, she kind of like smashed them all. So like
mm,
I collected all the CD jackets from all of
mhm.
them, like the artwork, and I framed them. I hung them up.
Cool.
Yeah, yeah,
Right on. I had seen that Jillian Underhill had done that with old concert t-shirts.
that's
She had
cool.
put them on canvases and stapled them to the inside and then folded it in the back so she could hang it up, and yeah, it looked fucking cool.
That's brilliant.
Yeah.
I got a
So
bunch of like old metal shirts I could do that with.
I want to make a quilt. Definitely. I want to take all my old metal shirts and turn them into a quilt for my kids. Or
That's
excuse
awesome.
me, or like a couch blanket because as you can see behind me, I have a really big sectional couch. So like a I don't know, a 12 or 14-foot blanket.
That's a
So
gigantic blanket.
yeah, it is, but there's 3 of us plus a dog, right? And the dog thinks she's human too. I'm kind of surprised that we've had this whole conversation and my kid had like not even flinched. Not even flinched. I actually I don't even think I had mentioned it while we were alive. I have a sleeping kid behind me who's not feeling great, and she hasn't nothing. She, not a hair has moved, not a fingernail, not an eyelash, nothing. Like whatever deep sleep you get, like the deepest sleep you can be in, that's where she's at. And
there's
she's been like that for hours.
there's nothing better than a nice deep couch sleep. You know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely a dead sleep. That's for well, so she's been I know she's 11 and I don't care, people can at me whatever, but she's been binge watching Shameless.
Oh yeah.
It's a good show,
It's a
right?
great show.
So, well, if you're not 11, it's a great show. Right? Like I mean, so I was like, okay, there's maybe 3 or 4 scenes that she's going to have to fast forward through per episode. And I watched Shameless when it came out.
Yeah.
And we all know that I wear a giant tinfoil hat. Sometimes it's big enough for 2. So watching it this time around with her versus watching it the first time is so surreal. It's so weird. Like you just they say a whole bunch of stuff that if you're not listening, you don't hear. Like I didn't hear it the first time around, but this time around, like Frank's talking about how like he's getting pushed out of his neighborhood and they're gentrifying the coffee shops and they're taking away old market neighborhoods. And when I watched that episode, the first thing I thought of was Kensington Market in Toronto because they're just destroying that neighborhood, right?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I was kind of not surprised because it's mainstream TV, but kind of surprised that they were just so blatant about everything he was saying and like the government's not your friend and blah blah blah. And I was like, oh, I've never noticed all of this before. This is
Yeah.
great. So, but yeah, and she's got a TV in her room, so I think she's been watching it at night after we go to bed. She's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna keep watch." So she's homeschooled though, so I'm not too upset. But I don't know, she's not feeling well now. So okay, what else? If you could be on, that was almost an awkward pause. I
good
saw
good
that.
save. Good save. Good save.
If you could be anywhere in the world right now, and you can't say any tropical island, where would you be?
Where would I be? Um, Somewhere away from people. No, no, no. I
That's
don't
why I said you couldn't say a tropical island.
know. No, I don't know. I like forests and stuff like that. You know, maybe a cabin in a winter forest. I don't know.
Anywhere in the world.
Oh, in the world, right?
And that's where
Okay.
you'd be as a cat. That I like, I mean, I'm for it. Cabin in the woods is great.
A
No
cabin in the
people,
woods
lots
in
of bears.
Sweden. There we go.
There, yeah. Man, I just didn't finish my
Yeah, yeah.
sentence.
You didn't let me finish here. In Sweden. Yep.
Sweden's a great spot. Miles wants to go to Sweden. I think it would be a fantastic place to go. I'd like to go to Amsterdam, but that's kind of cliche.
Yeah. Uh,
So,
I mean, it'd be a good experience for sure. I mean,
yeah. I mean, I don't know though. Would I feel like a pro when I got home? Because
they
like I,
say they say the
I am
weed's good
fucking
there. There's
top
only one way to find
tier
out.
here in Canada, right? Like, would I would I have a leg to stand on in Amsterdam? I would have to say Scotland.
Mm,
Some anywhere in Scotland. Um, my my mom's whole side of the family is from Scotland. My mom was born there. So I think that if it was anywhere in the world that wasn't Canada, because like I don't know, my couch is pretty comfortable.
looks like it.
Well, that's the small side too. So, but yeah, I don't know. I think Scotland would be fun.
It's a
Like,
good
there's a
choice.
million places I could be. Morocco would be pretty cool. It's sunny, it's warm, it's not a tropical island.
I
I don't
think
know.
Texas would be pretty rad just because of the food. I'm a big
Texas.
barbecue fan.
Texas has like a fucking stellar music scene too.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
They do. That's where Kublai Khan's from, is Texas.
But
And hmm?
oh, I'm just saying, I've been watching Kill Tony a lot too. That's why they always talk about the barbecue and the food there, and the music scene there.
Yeah, yeah, Kill Tony's a great show.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I binge watched that for quite a while. It's good.
Mm,
I like how he mixes up um new comedians who like have never seen the light of a stage before, and then he
yeah.
also puts on like people who know what they're doing or look like they know what they're doing. He was just here in the falls a little while ago. We have
Oh,
some.
we're actually my girlfriend and I, we're gonna go see them in see him in March at the casino.
Are you
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
okay? If you have a problem finding free parking, get a hold of me. You can park at my house.
Oh, nice.
I'm
Nice.
a 7 minute walk away.
Oh, fuck, that's perfect.
Like, I can see the OLG stage from my house.
Nice,
I can
nice.
see Comic Con from my house. So, yeah, if you guys are coming down in March and you don't mind the 7 minute walk, then I have a parking space with no car. So you guys can use my parking space. And
Awesome.
it's a 7 minute walk, but it'll save you $25. So,
Nice.
and
Yeah.
yeah. And if you guys intend on eating down here, if you do it by Clifton Hill, make sure they take the tourist tax off.
I've heard about this. Yeah, yeah, I've heard about this. Yeah.
Yep. And if you eat above Clifton Hill, it's all like regular local. I recommend Zappy's. They're
What
right
is
across from the OLG stage. They have the best chicken wing pizza, and like they have really good
oh
pasta dishes and stuff. They're locally owned. They're not corporate. So, and they're across the
what
street.
what's it
Yeah.
called?
Zappy's.
Zappies?
Yeah. Yeah.
Chicken wing pizza.
Snake River Redemption. I've hooked them on Zappy's pizza.
Chicken wing pizza sounds delicious.
My God, it's so good. It's blue cheese
Hmm.
as the sauce base instead of pizza sauce.
Oh, I like it already.
buffalo chicken, celery, and mozzarella cheese.
Celery's kind of weird, but I can dig it because carrots
So
and celery. Yeah, I can
so
see that.
basic, but like celery and chicken wings go together,
They
right?
do. They do.
And like you usually dip your celery in your blue cheese after you've dipped your saucy chicken wing in your blue cheese. So it's like eating a chicken wing while you still have a piece of celery in your mouth.
That is amazing.
It's fantastic.
Zappies.
Yeah.
I got to
Yeah.
remember that. Someone's gonna have to remind me about that.
Yeah. You'll walk right past it if you guys park in my parking lot. So, yeah, you'll walk right past it. And like I said, it's family owned. It's been around for 42 years,
Oh wow,
43 years. Yeah. So, it's been around a long time. And it's great. It's a good place to eat. They have a good menu. And they're not crazy priced for being down there cuz
I'll
they're
probably
they're
check
like
it out.
right in between the Comic-Con building and the LG stage. So, yeah. Do you guys do Comic-Con?
I never have, never been.
Really? It's a weird atmosphere because like people, lots of them. Um my girls wanted to go for years. They went to Newfoundland to visit their grandparents, and a friend of mine stayed at my house during Comic-Con. So she offered me a ticket. I think that's how it went. Or did I tell my kids she offered me a ticket? Maybe that's how it went. So anyway, I ended up at Comic-Con. And the next year, the kids and I had tickets before they even before my kids even knew they were going. We were like, we're going to Comic Con, and we dress up every year, and it's like our second Halloween.
Awesome.
Like hey, what are we going to be this year, and what can we make at home, and can we sew this, and we have to buy this, and oh yeah, we go all out for it. And it's weird because again, people,
Yeah.
but you want to be a part of it. Like you want to be like there's so many vendors and there's so much stuff to look at. And like we don't even go for the because I don't know, $80 for somebody to sign a piece of paper for me for the industry that I work in. It's just even if they are actors and stuff like that, it's kind of like
That's a lot for a signature.
it's yeah, like it just some of them are as high as 120, $140 a say, and it's like what? Like, how high is your pedestal?
That's crazy. That's like, you sign five signatures and you get like a big pocket full of cash. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
like how arrogant is your agent that that's the number that they choose for you per signature? Do you charge the bank to sign your banknotes? Like, like what? I could never understand that. People charging for the like meet and greets and stuff like that. Just
Yeah.
shit never made sense to me. Like, we're all just people. And you guys are people too. You know, you just happen to have a public job. You're just, I don't know. You guys bleed like glitter blood or something? I don't get it. I don't understand it. I'm at a coffee. I'm bummed. See this mug?
Yeah.
She's 84 years old.
Wow. It's an
There
antique.
was part, yeah, yeah. I'm half of how old she is, which I guess makes me a classic. What is it after 25 years? You're
Yep. Yeah.
classic.
No, I guess you're right. Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm not quite 50. What is it at 50? I mean, we're not there yet, but
No idea.
I don't know. Maybe not put the cart before the horse. 42 is old enough, thanks. But I don't know. There's a million people that didn't wake up today, and we did. So,
Very true. Very true.
you know, um, when you were a kid, what was the one thing that you were dying to do that you wish so hard to do that you never got to do? I know, weird question, but the cookie from
Oh,
yesterday is still kind of lingering. Like for me,
Um,
it was sailing.
Sailing. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you can. Go ahead.
Well, yeah, but more of a skier. Not really. I can't ski to save my life, and I haven't done coke in 24 years. So I don't know. When I was a kid, my grandfather always said after I turned 12, we'd go sailing in Florida, and we never did. So I just, I never, I don't know. Damn it. Now
It's time to go sailing.
you opened my brain. Why'd you do that? I don't know. What's the one thing that you didn't do as a kid that you want to do?
I don't know. When I was a kid, I just really wanted to play guitar on stage, and I did that.
Here you are.
Um, I don't
That's
know.
cool though that you got to do that thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, you know what? That's a deep question. I don't. I really don't know.
Yeah, I didn't mean to go that far. Sorry. Awkward silence. That's why I asked that. Had nothing to do with the answer. Fuck. What's your favorite stage that you've ever played on?
My favorite stage I've ever played on. I got two, actually three. Um, the Opera House in Toronto was really rad. Ryefield Studios, their Ryefield Fest, that was pretty rad.
That was fun.
And my third favorite stage wasn't even a stage; it was a skate park ramp at the Kill Room in
Hill
Hamilton.
room.
I love that venue. I love
Yeah.
that venue. It's a shame it closed, but those shows were always intense, like the energy.
When I was a kid, we used to have this place called Sloth, and it was a head shop that I had no business being in. But the owner and my brother were friends. And I always say the first show I'd ever been to was Sloan in Buffalo because it was the first, I guess, real venue that I had been in. But the first time I had ever seen live music was the Sick Boys and the Screaming Beavers in the basement of this head shop called Sloth.
That sounds like a
And
great show.
it was fucking wild. So at the end of the show, I had traded my Bush X t-shirt for before they were just Bush. I had traded the lead singer of the Screaming Beavers that t-shirt for his ripped Screaming Beavers t-shirt. And I can remember um, I can remember getting kicked and pushed around and like you everybody was in it for themselves. Nobody was coming to save you.
That's
And
how pits were back in the day, moshing. Crazy.
well, I was like 12. I was like 11 or 12. I was little. Um and it was funny because a few years later, I can remember this was before I had kids, before I got sober. I had gone to the Gigantour and seen Megadeth, Job for a Cowboy, In Flames, a couple other bands, High on Fire. Somebody else was there, and I can remember like being at the front of the crowd and then going back to get a drink, and we like walk past all these people that are like our age now, and then we walk past this line of women, giant hair, leather, and skateboards. Okay, and it was all the moms who used to be in the Megadeth pit, now holding on to their kids' backpacks and skateboards so their kids could be in the pit. And I'm here now. I was there Friday, giving elbows up advice,
That's
mosh pit
awesome.
advice, right? So it's fun. It's a lot of fun to pull the next generation into this.
Yep. Yep.
There was more little kids at the convict show than there was adults, and I can't tell you the last time I've been in a room like that. Right? It's
Yeah. Yeah.
usually a bunch of us big kids.
Yep.
And my kid was like, "Can you take me to this show?" And I was like, "Oh, of course I can take you." right? So
Yep.
we get there and there's like 15 of her friends and she's like, "Bye, mom." Okay, I'm just going to stand here with all the other moms. So that's what I did.
Perfect.
So one of the moms was the drummer's mom, one of the moms was the lead singer's mom. So one of the moms was there awkwardly by herself with two of her kids. So yeah, it's fun though. The first show that I took Mia to was Slipknot,
That's a
and
good
she
one
was
too. Yeah.
6. Yeah, and Melody was just on her way to 9, and I took her to Iron Maiden. So I think we're doing okay.
Those are some good choice bands too.
Well, um, the first time I saw Iron Maiden, I was 9 months pregnant with Melody. And then the next time I had seen Iron Maiden, I was pregnant with Mia and didn't know it. And then the time after that, I had Melody standing next to me. I've never seen Iron Maiden without a child. So, um, and Mia loves Slipknot. So, fuck it, let's go. She loved Behemoth, loved them.
You know what? They were a band that I put CDs on, and I was like, man, whatever. And then I saw them live, and I was like, I get it. This is awesome. You know?
Yeah, they're great live. I've seen them
Yeah.
a couple times. Who's your favorite band live?
My favorite band live. My favorite performer live will always be Devin Townsend, just because of his charisma and his like variance in styles and stuff like that. But Suffocation, of course. Suffocation blows me away every time.
Yeah, eh?
Yeah,
Such a good show. That's awesome. Yeah, they're fucking great.
yeah,
I'd love to interview them.
yeah. They're awesome.
There's so many bands that I would just love to interview, and I'm always like, I'm just gonna fire them off a message and see what happens. And then I look at my schedule, and I'm booked until June. And there's so many fucking yes. Max in the room from Kylik. I don't know if you've ever heard them. They're fucking great, and they were so fun to interview.
Nice.
And he agrees that Devin Townsend is amazing.
Mhm.
So I don't know where I was going after there before that.
Who's your favorite to see live?
Hmm. I don't know. That's uh that's a tough one. I really like Don Valley live.
They're good times. They're good times.
You guys are up there. Um, Electric Dead. Kublai Khan was probably one of my favorites. I just went to see In This Moment a couple of months ago, and they fucking blew me away. Like they're like I love the heavy, gritty, like the grosser, the better. Guar. Hey, David, what's
Oh,
going
wow.
on? Guar's good live. Cypress Hill was fucking really good live. Um, I was front row for Rage Against the Machine,
Ooh, that's a good one to see live.
even though they are the Machine. They were still good live. They were fucking wild. So I saw them the night after Zach broke his leg, and he was still full of wild, crazy energy, but he couldn't move. So it was like it was insanity to watch them, but it was really hard. Um, it was really hard to watch Zach because he just wanted to be up and jumping around, and he couldn't because he busted his leg the night before. So
Yeah.
yeah, Kublai Khan makes me want to get into drywalling. I have a video from when I saw them in September, and they like I mean I've seen I can't tell you how many Walls of Death live, and the history is not a massive place,
No.
and I like it was probably one of the hardest walls I've ever seen. Like everybody just ran into each other and it was literally a dead stop. There was no continuing to run in and everybody mashing together. It was like everybody
Splat.
hit each other and just stopped right there. It was fucking hilarious. But yeah, that was a deadly, deadly pit. Lorna Shore was fucking good live. Um, One of my favorite shows was Run DMC, Aerosmith, and Kid Rock.
No,
And Kid Rock and Run DMC and Aerosmith singing Walk This Way live was insane.
I bet. I
It
bet.
was fucking great. And it was like 2 months before Jam Master Jay got shot. So it was like right when they were on the top of their game for just getting back into touring and stuff. And yeah, it was pretty crazy. Yeah, Municipal Waste does put on a wicked show. So, um, awkward pause. What else do you do? Do you paint
No.
or sculpt or
No. I
race
work.
cars?
I work. If I'm not at work, I'm relaxing or playing music. That's all I
You,
really do.
you do cook though.
I love to cook. I love to cook.
You do. I have noticed that. I do see that. You look like you can cook a fucking mean steak too.
I can. I can. Anything on the barbecue? Oh
Yep.
yeah. Yeah.
Yep. I've recently gotten into like canning and preserving and cooking and baking from scratch and stuff like that. Well, because the government shouldn't be in our food, so I make my food so I know what's in it.
Yeah. Fair
And
enough.
I'll tell you, I'll never, ever, ever buy a single steak again. Now that I know I can just buy a brisket and cut it up and freeze it, game changer.
Yeah.
Definitely game changer. Um, Chicken fan?
I like chicken wings, chicken breast.
I'm running out of stuff at this point. Usually I watch the clock and I'm like, okay, so we've hit an hour and blah, blah, blah. But like we've made this whole interview awkward and I'm totally here for it. So I just
that's how.
figure I
That's how
keep
I
it
live my life.
for, yep. I figure I'd keep it going for another minute or two. So what do you guys have coming up? When's the next time you're going to be on a stage? I know what you said backstage, but I'm putting you on the spot.
Well, we're probably gonna not play too many shows this year, unless it's an opportunity we just can't say no to. But we're gonna lay low. We've been writing a lot of music, and we're gonna have a few surprises in the very, very near future.
Yay! Okay. That's good to know.
Yeah,
You guys are working on your album. I know we said this in the beginning, but I know
yeah,
there's a few
yeah, yeah.
people here that work there. Um, what else? Not playing shows.
Not playing
New
shows.
baby. Um, Trying to think of what else we could talk about. I feel like we've nailed pretty much everything. Favorite
Yeah.
dinosaur?
Favorite dinosaur? Oh, geez. Everyone says the T Rex, but
I know.
um, what's that one? A Stegosaurus? Is that the one with the
Ooh,
spikes on the tail?
yeah, it's a good
Yeah,
one.
yeah, I
I
like
like
that
the
one.
Triceratops.
That's a good one too. That's a good one
Yeah,
too.
yeah. She's big,
Is
thick-headed
it?
animals.
Is that? Is it a carnivore or like what does that one eat? What does that one eat?
I'm not sure.
Hmm.
People,
I
hopefully.
people were people around back then? People and dinosaurs. That's terrifying.
Like, well, like,
I don't.
okay.
I don't know if the
When
aliens
did
had
we
landed
get
yet.
here then? If we weren't, when did we get here? We might have opened a rabbit hole we don't have time
Okay,
for.
so actually, I actually the other day came up with a theory about this because I've
Ooh,
been
go on.
watching that ancient alien shows a lot, and
Yes.
it's starting to really make sense that I think we might be descent from like some sort of alien something or other. I don't know. I haven't gone too deep in it yet, but I don't believe God created us. That's for sure.
Well, okay. I've got two things to go to that. we're the only species on the face of this planet that can't cohabitate like the rest of the species, right? Everything else on this planet knows what it's supposed to eat, doesn't wear clothing, doesn't pay bills, coincides with, yeah, the Flintstones. Ashley's onto something, right? So, all those things. So, like, are we really supposed to be here?
Aliens. We're
And
mutant.
like, I don't know how credible this theory is, but like, are dinosaurs maybe a cover up to giants?
You just
Have they
blew my
ever
fucking mind. You
now
blew my mind right now.
I'm asking this question blindly, okay? Because I don't know. Maybe I look like a fucking idiot, but this is how we learn. Have they ever found any dinosaur skulls, or is it just ribs and limbs that they find? Because ribs and limbs belong to giants too,
That's true. They must have found a skull because they
right?
must have a dinosaur skull. Though they must have. I don't know. Have to have.
I don't know. Maybe Ashley should Google it for us because I know she's watching and listening to our fuckery right now. That would be great if she could. So, yeah. So, like, there's that, and I don't remember what the second point I was gonna make, but like, I don't know. Oh, the typo negative blood thing. Um, they can trace bloodlines for every blood type there is all the way back to their origins of, oh, this is where this bloodline started. They can't trace origins of bloodlines back to, like, for typo negative blood, they can't find like an origin for it.
Alien. Alien.
I might be.
Mm-mm.
I don't know. I might
I don't even
be.
know what my blood type
So
is.
I don't know. Mine's O negative, and I only know that because I had 303 blood transfers in 2018, and I guess that makes me a vampire.
It's rare. That's the most rare blood type too, isn't it?
No, there's actually one more. So I think AB negative is actually the most rare, but there's one more blood type which is RH negative. I think is
Weird.
what it's called, is RH negative, and there's only 44 people in the world that have the blood type.
Whoa. I did not know that. You just taught me something.
Yeah. So, but I'm good. I got one more thing to teach you. Um, or maybe not. Maybe just to blow your mind a little bit. You had mentioned that you didn't think that we were created by God, right?
Yeah.
Well, what if we all are God? Because we see things and then we see things, right? Like, so we see things in our brains and then we see things outside, right? Like, you think about somebody and then your phone rings and it's that person or whatever. So, like, what if we are all God and we are the creators because we see things and then we see things?
Okay, this is just blowing my mind here. I mean, I've actually thought of something similar like that about each, because like you're saying how people can manifest things and they happen. Like you think about your friend and your phone rings. I don't know. It's crazy. Crazy. I'm not going to be able to sleep tonight because I'm going to be thinking about it.
Well, it's like um okay, so the Chinese zodiac. Dragons had to have been real. Because why would every zodiac animal on the Chinese calendar be real except for dragons?
They're not real.
How do you know?
I don't know. Are they?
Because like, I don't know if you're happy that you started this or not, but like the Book of Enoch, which is one of the books that was taken out of the Bible, um, unicorns, dragons, centaurs, magic, wizards, all that stuff are all in that book. So King James wrote the Book of Demonology before he wrote the Bible, rewrote the Bible, translated the Bible, whatever. Why do you leave that part out?
It's kind of making me think of those dinosaur bones again, or those giant bones you're talking about.
Well, like, I don't know. I don't.
Maybe dinosaurs were dragons. There was flying dinosaurs.
But that's what I'm saying.
Crazy.
Like,
Crazy.
look at the structure of a bird and look at the structure of a pterodactyl and think about how big an albatross is. There's not very much difference, right? And if you look at the leg bones of different dinosaurs and you look at the height of what they say some giants were, um, and maybe they have found dinosaur skulls. Maybe I just haven't done enough research, but I don't like I've been to the ROM and all the parts that are reconstructed are not limbs, not ribs.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? It's always the skull that's been reconstructed or the horn or, and fingernails are just thinner versions of your teeth. So who's to say that dinosaur fingernails weren't just giant teeth?
Holy shit.
Sorry. See what happens when we go past an hour? This is why I smoke pot and why I'm not allowed out in public. It has nothing to do with me hating people. It's the fact that people hate when I start talking. We can fall down every rabbit hole there is in 15 minutes, and you aren't going to be sure if you're happy that you're friends with me or not by the time we're done. Everyone's always like, "Oh, Amanda's so cool," and then she starts talking her conspiracy shit. But
I'm gonna be thinking about it when I'm trying to sleep tonight. I
yeah,
know.
seriously, I don't know. It's I don't know. It's just it's better than watching TV,
I
I
guess.
guess. And we know manifesting stuff is real, right? So aren't that would make us God. If God is a creator and we create things, then wouldn't that make us gods too?
I guess that's a perspective. Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I just need more sedation.
I've just been thinking about that chicken wing pizza you were talking about.
Right? It's so I did an interview with Snake River Redemption once. They all came here from Toronto. They drove down to my house. We ordered pizza. We made a whole bunch of chicken wings, but I didn't tell them which ones were hot and which ones weren't. I
Uh-oh.
just put them all on the table. That was the first time I ever made dill pickle cupcakes. Game changer. I'm telling you, they're the best thing ever.
That's so
Um,
weirdly
so
delicious.
they were so good. Dill pickle anything is good. I don't care. Have you ever
Yeah.
had dill pickle ice cream?
No, that
Okay.
sounds good.
Upper Paradise in Hamilton. Upper Paradise and fuck, why can't I think of the name of the street? Oh, anyway, the ice cream shop. I'm gonna look it up for you. They have a million different flavors of ice cream. Well, they have dill pickle ice cream, and it's dill pickle mint, and
Weird.
it's so good. It's so good. It like if you like dill pickle, it is so good. Um, but yeah, so that show, we played You Touch It, You Taste It. So I was like, hey, Jay, can you hand me that hot sauce? And he picked up the hottest one on the table. So he didn't just taste it, he took a spoonful of it.
Oh
And I'm
no.
pretty sure he like cry drooled at the table. Right. This interview was like 2.5 hours long. I'm pretty sure he cried drooled at the table. Well, Genny and I laughed so hard during that interview. I peed my pants during that interview. You see me like, and I say it too. I'm like, oh my God, I laughed so hard. I'm pretty sure I just peed. And I had to like get up, go to the bathroom and make sure. Oh, it was so funny. That was one of the best episodes, best shows I've ever done, man. And we laughed so hard. Well, because Josh is fucking hilarious. Right. Like he just, it doesn't matter what he says. Everything he says is fucking funny. Right. While you were there for what we tried to be a hot sauce challenge. Hey,
that
let's
was
put.
that was my first time meeting him. Actually, that was my first time meeting a lot of people.
Really?
Yeah.
See, okay. I really want to do that again. Um, but I want to do it in the style of maybe we bring down two bands and we kind of treat it like the dating game. And we kind of do it that way. Like I'm really stuck on I don't like I want to keep doing this. I don't want to quit it. I want to I want to torture musicians because it's fun. Um, there's got to be a way to do it where there's a little less ADHD and chaos. Maybe not have the Don Valley twins in the same room at the same time. Like, whose bright idea was it to put them on separate teams?
That might have been mine actually.
Really?
Brother against brother.
Didn't they both have a Jeff name tag on?
I think so.
Oh man, I love those two so much. They're two of my favorite people. They're so fun.
There was one point when I was like sitting on the couch between them, and they were talking about this crazy story about this like this harem that it was just weird.
Oh yeah, the comic book they wrote. You have that, I'm pretty sure, recorded somewhere.
There's like 5 or 6 hours of footage that's just like absolute chaos and weird conversations caught on video.
So you should like clip it an hour at a time and send it to me. And I'll send you like because I have no idea how to clip stuff. But I'll send you times to clip and we'll start putting up random clips of this like because I feel like a few people may have forgotten that we had done that.
It'd be a good surprise.
Oh my, well, do you remember Damien almost dying because that was the first time he had eaten in almost a year? Right, like he came out of liquid diet retirement to play that.
To eat hot sauce. Some of those sauces were damn hot too.
It was so good that I made you guys sign waivers.
You almost killed Damien.
You know, that's not the first time somebody has said that sentence to me. So my cousin that's here, she doesn't know how not to, she doesn't know how to take the dose that I give her when we eat edibles. Okay. So every time I'm like, hey, just eat one cookie and see how you feel, she eats two. Right? So I figured I'd teach her a lesson and I made her a tea.
How'd she like that? How was she feeling?
She tells everybody I tried to kill her. So she got through the first tea. She started to get dizzy and lightheaded. Spent a little while in the bathroom, laid down for a little while. Thought I had all kinds of audacity when I handed her. Meanwhile, I'm down in teas like they're Coca-Cola, right? Like just whatever. And now she tells everybody I tried to kill her. And I agree to it. She'll be like, she tried to kill me. And I'm like, and let me tell you how. So now she listens when I tell her just one cookie.
Oh yeah.
So
good advice.
Well, I mean, my edibles are fucking deadly.
I know. I know. You gave me a big bag of them at the Ryefield Studio Fest that I ate every single cookie that night.
How did that go?
I felt amazing.
I gave Chris Lee one of those cookies because it was his birthday. And I was like, just eat half the cookie. And he shoved the whole thing in his mouth while I was telling him to eat half the cookie. And he had a bag of cookies in his hand and he went, thanks for the birthday gift. And he had a mouthful of cookies and he walked away. And a couple hours later, it was dark at this point, and he's just fucking flowing and walking. And I'm like, how you feeling, Chris? He's like, how about them cookies?
He was rocking out hard that night too.
Oh, yeah. Oh yeah, I must have fed like 50 of you guys cookies.
Good times. Everybody had a nice glow going on.
Oh man, I brought cookies this year, and I was like, I'm gonna eat. No, I got there at 9:30 in the morning, and I didn't get off my feet until 3:30 a.m. I slept in my car, and it was probably one of the best sleeps I've ever had.
I bet.
Yeah. I it was a sleeping bag in the back seat of my Honda Fit. I put the seat down and yeah, it was so like surprisingly, I'll probably buy another one because I know I fit.
Yep. Yep. It's in the name.
Well, yeah. You'd be surprised you'd be surprised what you can put in tiny little cars. I moved a
Hmm.
couch in a Hyundai Accent once.
Jeez.
Yeah. Yeah, and then 2 deer jumped out in front of me in that same car. That was shitty.
With the
Uh,
couch in it?
no.
Oh.
Kids though.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. Yeah, it was um we like not a scratch on us. Not
That's
the
good.
car was totaled. Um, but this is why I swear by a standard because if you put your brakes on when you're in an automatic, you have to wait for the vehicle to slow down, and it only
Oh,
slows down as fast as it does, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Whereas I was in fifth gear doing 90, and I went from fifth to second, kept my foot on the brake, and took my foot off the clutch, and my car stopped dead. So, like, it didn't go anywhere. One deer went flying, the other one, the other one, not so much. And I only bought the car for 22, and they gave me 35 for it.
Perfect.
Thanks,
Perfect.
thanks. So I don't hit deer anymore.
No, yeah, don't do that.
Well, a truck was coming at me with its high beams on, and I turned my high beams off, and it didn't turn its high beams off. And like I was still doing speed limit, driving normally, but I didn't, like the deer came out in front of me, and there was no swerving because my eyes were adjusting.
Yeah, yeah,
So that was a bunch of bullshit. But now I have that experience under my belt.
yeah.
It's not skydiving, but it'll do.
Hey, it's something to put on the list, that's for sure.
Things I've survived:
Yeah,
heart attacks, deer, fucking hopefully the aborted pit on my birthday.
that's gonna be a good show for sure.
I can't wait. I said to my mom, I was like, Mom, can you watch the kids for my birthday? I'm going to see Aborted and Peeling Flesh. And she was like, turned around and walked away. She does. She's a Stella. She doesn't get it. I grew up with a mix between Bruce Springsteen, Aerosmith, ABBA, and Roberta Flack.
It's
I
a good
don't.
mix. It's a good
Well,
mix.
it explains why I listen to what I do now. Definitely. War Pigs was how I got into metal.
Nice.
My friend Tabitha and I stole some of her dad's weed and a CD to roll it on, and so we wouldn't get busted. We put the CD in because he thought we were discovering new music. We were just discovering how to roll joints.
Perfect. No, no better way.
Well, so yeah, that's how I got here. So
Hey, hey,
do
listen,
we got?
I gotta get going. I gotta go
I was
shovel my snow.
oh,
Yeah.
that's not fun. Well,
Uh,
okay, it's been a blast.
yes, it
Um,
has.
keep me posted on the stuff that you guys are doing,
Hmm.
and let's schedule in another interview for all
Yeah,
of you.
I
And
definitely
also,
want to have you on my podcast too.
yes, in the next couple of days, I got a couple of contests that are coming out. So in the next couple of days, let me know what your dates are,
Hmm.
and I will try and arrange to get out there. Maybe I can
Perfect.
steal a car. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll
Enjoy
figure it out.
shoveling your snow. Pet your
Yeah,
cat. Say hello to your girlfriend. Tell the guys I
definitely.
said hi.
Okay.
See you soon.
See ya.
Bye, guys.